Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I just sat down to start this page again. Now I did all this last night. I did the skin in Prismacolor pencils and then the rest was done in polychromos. And I blended out, the dress with the zester. But for the background, I might be destroying this page. I've not actually tried alcohol markers on Tantone paper before, but I thought because it's quite a large area, I want to put alcohol marker over the whole of the background, go over with a very, very tiny amount of shading with polychromos, and then either a white acrylic paint for the snow on the trees, or I will use, where is it? It's not this one. I literally had hold of it last night. Where have I put it? And it's not that one. Is it in my pencil case? Where have I put it? My favourite white. Oh, there it is. Panic over this pen. Now I've mentioned this a couple of times. If the camera is going to focus, there we go. But this is just like a cheap knockoff of a Posca pen, and I prefer this over a Posca pen, and it's so much cheaper. I actually have, I don't know if it's in this drawer, I do have a fresh pack. Let me find it. So that took longer than I wanted to admit, but I've found them. That's the original pack that I bought. Sunis is the brand name. It's an 8-pack. You get 6 white and 2 black, and the black's just as good as well. But when I went on to order again, because I wanted more backups and I wanted more of the blacks because I only had one left, these ones came up. Now you can see that it's the same brand, Sunis. I've not even used these ones yet, but these ones come with a silver and a gold. Actually, I'll test them out now. I'll open a silver and a gold because I am quite curious. So let's move that out of the way. Yeah, so that's the original whites. So that can be moved. And I can show you the difference in tips if there is any. I'm hoping, no there's not. I was hoping that there wasn't. So that's the tip. Let me bring you down. That is the tip of the one that I really like. Come on camera. There you go. That's the tip of that one. And then if I just keep my hand there, would the camera behave? And that's the tip of that one. So really, really similar. I'm not going to activate this because I don't want to waste it. It says pigment ink on this one. So let me check. Yes, it does on the other one. It says pigment ink, strong covering force, sunproof and waterproof. And this one says the exact same thing. So it is the same pen. It is the same pen. So let's try a gold and a silver. Let's get these activated. And they was cheap as chips. They're super duper affordable, these. Oh, there you go. Paint markers. Why you'd want to put it on your skin, I don't know. Skin paper, glass, cloth, metal and plastic. Now I've only really tried it on paper. I have got it on my skin accidentally but wiped it off straight away, so I don't know why you'd want to put these on your skin. But anyway, you shape them just like a Posca pen, so I'll do both at the same time. And then you press down. I just use this piece of paper for all of my swatching of alcohol markers. So they're well mixed up there now. You just press down the nib until you start seeing the colour. I can just start seeing the silver coming down now. Can you see it coming down the nib? Why is my camera acting so funny today? There you go, you can just see it. So there you go, the silver's popped through. Oh, look at this. So let's put a good amount down. Now I'm going to test this against that liquid chrome pen that I've got. Oh, the gold is beautiful. Look at that. And it flows beautifully as well. The liquid chrome is here. this one. I don't think it's, no, it's nowhere near as good as that one, but still, for more of a subtle, let me just put the lids back on. Now I'm going to have to keep these pens out now that I know that they're being used. Look at them though. So that's that liquid chrome. That liquid chrome works better like if you put a base down of colour, like a black, and then you go over the top. That one looks better, and it'd really pop actually on the tone 10 paper. So I'm curious to use them. I think the gold's the nicer one of the two. But yeah, they're steel, these pens. They really are. And they are, I wonder why they've changed the packaging. I don't like when companies do that, because when you like something that you know you like and it works well, why change it if it's not broken, sort of thing. That's the way that I look at it anyway. So these can be moved now because it's taking precious room up on my desk. When we move, I want to get another desk to add to this one to make it an L-shaped one to give myself even more room. So that can stay out because I'm going to need it. But if I show you closer up, I've used that pen actually in all the dotted areas and even on the crown, and it works beautifully. I mean, I first pulled out my old very favourite one, which I'll never buy these ever again, the Uniball Signal, and then I have, oh, I've got too many to mention. The Arteza ones, the Sakura Jelly Roll ones, I've got off-brand ones, I've got the Posca pens. I will never ever buy any other white unless I find something that's better than this, which I don't think I will. I will just buy these, and they're so affordable as well. Anyway, rant over. I'm hoping that the lighting's going to be okay. I'm filming this in the morning. Remember to have a drink. I think I've shown you this before. Motherhood. Just to walk in the park. I got that off Etsy. I've not tried anything hot in there yet actually. I should put a big coffee in there. But with the Jesus, they are packed down. I've just realised that I've put spurs in here, so I'm going to struggle getting some of these out, I think. Yeah, and I want this colour as well. Let's see what these two are like. Got bronze green and grass green. I know that the camera won't pick that up, but these are just Ohuhu markers, the brush tip ones. I really enjoy these, so they are going to look different on this paper. I think this colour might be better. Yes, it is. And I'm not being too careful with like the trees, because I know I'm going to go over the top with a lot of the white acrylic. Now I think this area is all meant to be bushes with like icicles hanging off, so we'll do it another sort of green colour. Keep it quite green, I think, in the background. I think that's probably the best idea. And then just like a really light blue, maybe like the mint blue for at the back. Or have we got an even lighter blue than that? Just something blue grey might be better, but I don't know how well that will show up, so I'll keep that one out. But yeah, I thought it would be a nice idea to do this on camera, because I don't use alcohol markers. I've just got behind this some spare pieces of paper. My husband's drawn some stuff for, not technically work, for the new house. So I'm using that as a protector. Like I said, I hope the lighting's okay, because I've not got a lamp on. My big lamp broke last night actually, and I was sat there doing my diamond paint and it broke. So yeah, I was a little bit annoyed. I'm going to have to get some new bulbs. You can't just get the bulbs from the local supermarket though, it's a specialist shop. I'm going to have to wait now until next weekend. So it's not working too bad. It'll pop even more when I've put the white over the top. Maybe I can work in sections and do the top half first, add the white, and then do the bottom, because I think I'm going to need to add some white as well around the bottom area where all these icicles are. But do you like my snow leopard? I actually googled a reference picture of that last night. It took me longer than I thought to do that little leopard, but I was trying to be careful with the colours. But I've really been enjoying these Hanna Lynn grayscale. I think, am I going to say it? I think I prefer these over the line art. Really like them. So yeah, I think I'll just use one pencil, one polychromos pencil, just to add a little bit of shading to these and then pop the white over the top. With it being the background, I want the focus to be on her anyway and the animals, not really of the background. But have you picked up this grayscale book? It was super cheap on her actual website. It was cheaper to buy it off her website than it was purchasing it off Etsy, and I really don't like Amazon printed books, the paper. I really don't like it, and I tend to not want to colour the pages because of the paper. Like the Christine Karen, I love her illustrations, but I don't tend to colour them all that much unless I've got a PDF, because I really dislike the paper that much. I've tried to scan them in on my printer and put them on paper, but it never turns out as nice. So then that puts me off as well. Not looking too bad. The trick is with alcohol markers, you've just got to work quick. And I didn't think about this, but I've not had breakfast yet, so I am hungry. But it's at that weird time now, we're at 11:15. So I've not had any breakfast, but I'm gonna probably now just have to wait for dinner. And I can hear and feel my belly rumbling. Oh, I was having issues with the hair. I was using my favourite polychromos pencil, the green gold, and it was constantly snapping on me. Now, it was my third, if not fourth, of that pencil, and I bought that from Hobbycraft, so I don't know if it's been knocked or it was dropped in the shop, or I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I was having nothing but issues last night with it. It was really a love of labour. I nearly got like halfway through and thought, can I change the hair colour? No, it was too late. It got there in the end. I think acrylic paint, after me harping on about that pen, I think acrylic paint might be the best bet for the trees, because it's going to be such a large area, and then maybe go over the top with the pen, you know, like in little bits, like if I want to add dots or icicles, because you can't really see on camera, but where the grayscale is there, some of it's left a bit lighter, you know, like where the maybe like twinkling stars are, so maybe like add them back in. Whoa, did you hear that? My stomach is not happy. It might be an early dinner today. I think I want to make myself a tuna pasta salad. Quite fancy that. And I've got some, you're going to laugh, I've got some mini dinosaur pasta that I buy for my daughter. I think I'll have a little bit of that. It's a free from organic range, so it is really nice actually. So take away the fact that it's in the shape of dinosaurs. Don't you just hate it sometimes when you're in the house on your own and you hear random noises? I could have sworn that I heard someone like clicking on the wall. I was upstairs earlier on changing the bedding, and I kept hearing a knocking coming from the kids' door. And lo and behold, my son had left his window open, so the door was knocking, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that at the time, and it freaked me out. Oh, I've got a good idea with the border on this one, if I can get away with it, keeping it really straight. Maybe some masking tape might help. Use some liquid chrome, you know, to go around the border maybe. See how it looks on this paper. I can only apologise for my tummy. It's literally saying feed me, feed me. So I'm going to change colours now. I've learnt now with alcohol markers, keep the colour out that I've been using, because I always tend to miss a bit and then I come back and then I can't find the pen that I was originally using. So yeah, I'm learning my lesson slowly but surely. So this colour is very similar to the last, it's just ever so slightly lighter, and it will dry a little bit lighter as well. I don't know if that's the grey blue will be alright for the background. I'm hearing that clicking again. Is it my chair? Is it the dog? No, she's asleep. Rollos fell out with me. I got her shaved. The groomers came in on Saturday, and I got her completely shaved. So yeah, she's. I had to make a little makeshift jacket for her over the weekend because she looked cold. And then we took her to the beach, and she was happy as Larry running around the beach. So what should we do for this colour in the background? What's meant to be? It's meant to be part of the hill, isn't it? Maybe just a nice brown shade. Got all these little bits. And then I think I'll pull this colour down as well. I'm just wondering whether I should do that half of the page first. I will, that's what I'll do. I'll keep that colour out. We need to pick, let me test this. What was it? Blue Grey 3. Oh, that's quite nice actually. That's a really, really light blue colour. I'll test it. I'm not too worried about, do you know that all these details in the background, I'm not too worried about them. And it will go down darker, don't worry. It's not missing little bits, I will have to turn it. I used to, when I was filming, try and keep the page as straight as possible. And it used to be agony on my wrist trying to move around, but no, not anymore. Let's do this a little bit. It'll barely even show up this, I don't think. Let's see. And watercolour or any sort of water medium on this paper is a no-no. It hates it. It sucks the water up and it goes all horrible and crinkly. And you can't get nice blends with it. So yeah, stay away from watercolour on this paper now. It took me nearly half a pad to realise that because of how much I love watercolour, but maybe I should try putting some of that Daniel Smith watercolour ground on it and test that out. That might be interesting. I wanted to stream as well yesterday because the last 2 Sundays I've been streaming, but after we got back from the beach yesterday and I was doing, how many loads of washing? I did 3 loads of washing then doing the normal housework, and then food. I was too tired. So I was like, no, not tonight. So I'm glad I didn't stick to, I'll leave that out, a schedule sort of thing. Like I said, I knew that's what it would be like. No, that's too dark. I'm going to struggle with this because I want a similar brown colour. Or should we go for more of a grey maybe? Oh, there's a nice one. Warm grey 4. Oh no, it needs to be a cool grey. Well, is that neutral grey? That's better. That sky's looking a bit patchy. I need to pause because I keep forgetting that once I get to the 20-minute mark, my camera stops. So as I press stop record, I dropped the bloody lid as well. I think this is meant to be a slope, isn't it? You know, like it's going here, because I've coloured that as the background to the top half. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I think that was meant to be part of the tree there. Well, that's going to be part of the mountain now, because I've got the pen in my hand. You know what I should do as well? I like doing this with pages, and I suggest if you've been colouring for, let's say, more than 6 months, if you get one of your, there's a piece of glitter there, if you get one of your very first pictures that you ever did and then redo that picture, I know that's might be quite hard if it's in a book, or if it's a PDF, or if it's a cheaper book and you've got a second copy, do that picture again, but with the new techniques that you've learned, and look at the difference in your colouring style. I've got, well, I used to, I don't anymore. I used to have, there's only 2 now. I used to have about 8 or 10 pictures, Hanna Lynn pictures, framed and hung up in my daughter's room. They're still in frames actually, they're under a bed. I need to reuse them frames. But yeah, I had them on a bedroom wall, just decorating her wall. But I've took them down because I've replaced them with Hanna Lynn diamond paintings. So she's got 2 big ones up on her wall. They will go into my art room eventually. I just love the look of diamond paintings on the wall and the shine. Talking about diamond paintings, I've asked my husband, and yes, it's a long time away. I've asked him, I was looking on the Diamond Art Club website, and there's a Harry Potter one with all the characters, and I've asked him for that for my birthday. My birthday is only in November, so I've got a long wait, but it's £94, and then you add your £15 delivery on top of that. So yeah, it's quite expensive, so that'll be my only birthday present of him, unless he's feeling really generous, which I don't think he is at the minute because we're both saving. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So if you do your original, your picture that you've already done, do it again. Maybe even you use the same pencils or same pens, whatever it was that you used. And I'd be really interested to see if you've done that. Please share the picture via either email or Instagram. Send them to me, because I just think that doing that, you can see your progress and how much you've managed to achieve. And I think, let's say, how old am I now? I'm 34. So years and years ago, I used to, we had this little cubby area. It was like where you'd store like coats and stuff in the house that I grew up in. I mean, it was only a small house. It was a 3-bedroomed house, and there was 4 kids in that house with my mum and dad. So yeah, it wasn't a large house by any stretch of the imagination. and I changed the little cubby downstairs into my little art room. So I moved all the coats out there, give it a good clean. I must have only been about 11 or 12 years old, and put all my pictures and colourings. It was more so pictures back then. I used to draw a lot. Colouring came a little bit later on, and I changed that into my my little art area. I wish I had some of them pictures now. Right, I'm gonna go and no, I can't get the paint yet. I need to do a little bit of shading. So just the thing is, it's lovely to see the progress, and the whole point was, like, all that time ago, like 20 odd years ago, YouTube wasn't a thing. I'm just looking for a pencil. It's going to be dark enough here, because I don't know if this is going to show up. Yeah, YouTube wasn't a thing, so it was like you had to learn either from school, or I used to beg my mum for magazines, and that might be better actually. Like art magazines, drawing cartoons and that sort of thing. Or learning from school, like I said. Or there used to be a programme on in the UK called Art Attack. Neil Buchanan, I think his name was, something like that. And I used to watch that religiously. I'd get my mum to record it on the big old tapes. If you're young and watching this, you won't know what I'm talking about. You won't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, YouTube wasn't a thing back then. And I just think it's amazing, like nowadays you can just pick up your phone and type anything in onto Google or onto YouTube, anything, and learn something new. I've shown my first pages that I did when I first started properly, like doing adult colouring, and I think the difference is incredible in like 2.5, 3 years. Even in the space of like 6 months, I noticed an improvement. So this is what I mean, and it gives yourself a bit of a boost. You'll think, oh, you know, I have come on, I've learnt this and I've learnt that, and look at how much the shading is better there, and how much I've blended it better, and the colour choices that I've used. You'll be impressed with yourself, I promise you that. So like I said, I'm not going overboard with the shading here. It's not about the background, and I'm not usually one for doing these sort of backgrounds. I like to create my own, so I'm just going to add a little bit here and there. Same with the mountain as well, just add a little bit of shade into that. I'll have to choose a different green for the bushes. I'm not using, it might sound like it, but I'm not using a really hard pressure here, it's medium pressure. And just working in circular motions just to get some of that colour down. So for this one, what about green opaque? Is that how you pronounce it? It's not showing up overly well, but it'll do the trick. Just realised something as well, sometimes when I'm like being quite heavy handed or even medium pressure or anything, it's shaking the camera. It's because I'm using a tripod that's attached to the table. I've retired my other tripod just for now. I won't be getting rid of that thing. I absolutely love it. I keep saying it, but once I've moved I'll have a better setup, but for now this does what I want it to, so I'm just going to have to live with it. So I need a bit of a darker grey. Warm grey. No, it weren't warm, was it? It was neutral. So I'll try the dark sepia. Let's try that. Just want a little bit of this. I'm not even going to put this everywhere, just put it in little areas. Maybe a little bit here. And then the other side. I think I will go with the white acrylic paint. Or I've got, actually no, the bleed proof, the Dr. Phil, the PH Martin's bleed proof white. We'll try that. How cute is that owl? I've not added any colour to his eyes, I've just realised that, so I'll do that now. I want it to be like a goldy yellow, Naples yellow. That might be enough actually, because I don't want to wreck it, and I've already put that white down. Right. Let me think what brush and stuff that I'm going to need and get all this set up. So I'm going to go with a really, really cheap, tiny brush with this and hope for the best. Hope for the best. All that background, I'm just going to add, I think, just dots and like stars just to make it look maybe sparkly, or that's what the ideas I'm playing with anyway. This is really, really thick, this stuff. So I should have took a picture. So I knew where the snow was meant to be. Let's just go. Alright, this is why I chose a smaller brush, and what I might have to do is use another brush, because I don't want it, I want it like, you know, to look messy. Snow's not perfect, is it? That's better. So if I apply it with this smaller brush and then use this to sort of blend it out, that might work better. That one just looks a mess in the background. Ignore that one. It's trial and error. Might need a couple of layers, but doesn't it pop because of this paper? Maybe just a little bit on that one. I'm not going to risk that because the brush is too big, so let's try and blend it out a little bit with this one. I don't know if I'm overly happy with that. Let's try the other side. So it needs to be this side. Let's blend it out again. See, I could always go in not with the splatter effect, but I'd be a bit nervous about covering her up. Because I do really like how she's turned out. I don't want to risk messing that up. I suppose I could cover her. Maybe. The camera was doing the shaking thing then. I can't really put any on that side. Shall I risk it? I'm going to risk it. This might be a mistake, but if I just do that top half, right, so what I usually do is get a little bit, put it in the lid, and then mix a little bit of water in with it. Just put 1 drop of water in and see. That should be okay. I've got a funny feeling I'm making a terrible mistake here. So can I do this with one hand? Am I going to be able to do that? Yep, so the this is going to all be covered up now because it does look quite messy. Or I could even cut it out. I've got one of the machines that cut it. I don't know what they're called. Let's just put a tiny little bit on her. Load it up again. Put the excess on there. Just a tiny bit. Wipe my hand. And I'll put that in water as well because when that stuff dries in a brush, it's quite difficult to get it out again. So I'll just pop it in water. I really need to change that water. So put the lid back on that for now. Right, what I'm going to do, I think I'll leave that to dry for a little bit. I'm going to go off, have my dinner, and then come back, and then we can do the bottom part of it as well, because it's just going to be a similar thing. I'll do alcohol markers and then a little bit of pencil, and then this pen as well for the icicles, maybe a little bit of pen work as well for here. I'm just thinking what to do with that background now, because I could paint it or I could just cut it out. I don't know, I'll have a think while I'm eating my dinner. So I'm back. You shouldn't hear any rumbling tummies now. I'm going in with this different green, GY5. I'm so glad I kept that grey out, the blue grey, because I'll use that for these areas here. Let's just get these filled in and do the same. Same white, I think, but I'll have to just use the pen. I'm still undecided what to do about this now that I've added the splatters. I'm still thinking about putting that chrome around the outside, because I don't like these splatters here on show now. I should have covered that up with masking tape, but it probably would have peeled the paper anyway. So all that's going to be that grey colour. So all this needs to be coloured in. Let's move to this side. While I was having my dinner then, I decided, a stupid idea, to watch YouTube videos on spirit boxes. No, I shouldn't have done that because now I'm skirting the house on my own. Do you believe in stuff like that? It did, it scared the life out of me. I was eating my dinner and my heart was pumping at my chest listening to it. So I won't be doing that again. Not anytime soon anyway. I'll wait till Danny's home, watch a video then. Oops, I've just gone a bit over a dress there, see, whoops a daisy. Never mind. Let's turn this now. I've not used alcohol markers in what seems like ages. Oh, and if you haven't already, if you've enjoyed this video, please do consider leaving me a big thumbs up, please, and leave me a comment down below. Do you like these new versions of Hanna Lynn pages? I'm going to go in with that same dark grey for this bit here. Like I said, I'm really enjoying them. I prefer her old style of art. Oh, the dogs next door are blessing us with their presents. Yeah, I prefer her old art. Don't get me wrong, I still do like the newer stuff. It's like the Hanna Carlson. I like her newer stuff, but I do prefer her older style and older format as well, actually. And then for these, like what they're meant to be, these, no idea, here and here, I'm going to use that same light blue, and this will dry really light. I'm not even going to add any shading to the bushes here, because with the grayscale already there, it just looks like that it's already there anyway. So let's pop these back. What I might do as well actually is add some stickles to her dress. That might be a nice idea. I'm going to be able to fit all these back. Probably not. One more to go. One more. There we go. Neat and tidy. So I'm going in with this Sooness pen. I'll bring you down a little bit. I'm sure these are meant to be like icicles. I could be wrong, but they look it to me. Add the line and the squiggle, just like that. Be careful of her hair. You might hear a little ticking in the background, it's my radiators. Just put them on, the dogs seem cold as well. She's sat there dithering. She's not used to not having a coat. I mean like a fur coat. Let's put it on for half an hour, warm it through. Might have to go over these with one or two layers, but you see how quick it goes down. To add some like squiggles to either side, just to add a little bit of variation. And then just sharpen some of these lines up, because these are meant to be pointy trees. More dots. And I'll go and get my stickles in a minute. I think we'll go with a blue stickle. I'll leave the camera running while I go and pick them out actually. Maybe blue and then a clear, I think. Let's have a see. I keep all my stickles in this container. Now, it's not good really for it's good for storage, but if you've got the room for it, if I had a shelf up, it'd be ideal, but I haven't got that. So I've got waterfall. I want to put some of this on her dress. Let me test it first on this, and it's coming out perfect. I'm not going to worry about the border. I'm going to let this completely dry and then come back at it with a fresh set of eyes and then decide what I want to do, so I'm not rushing it. So I'm just very gently squeezing the tube. We'll have a little bit in a crown as well. And that's enough of the blue. I've got a few different. I've got icicle, which this one is a lot thicker. Let's try a little bit of that. And these stickles do look different once they're completely dry. They do dry a little bit flatter to the page, but you'll see the finished result, the properly finished result, in this month's finished pages. Because I want to finish filming and then I want to edit all in the same day. Now, it takes a good few hours for these stickles to actually dry, so it won't be today. It won't be today. I've even got some of this 3D pearl effect. Let's test it out. Where can I put that? I'll do this as like little bits of snow. Just small pieces here and there. And these do dry, as the name suggests. It's like a 3D effect. Right. Just a few more up here. And I think that's it. That's it. I'm really pleased with that page, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every second of me colouring it. Are you going to stay there, camera? Hopefully you do. But like I said, you will see the fully finished page, and these stickles and whatnot look so much nicer once they're dry. I'm just wondering, actually, I can't help myself, can I? Stardust. I'm just going to pop a little bit in her eyelashes, just to give them a little bit of a sparkle, but that's enough, I'll end up going overboard. But I hope that you enjoyed watching how I did this page. It's just a really simple background, that couple of pencils, markers and a bit of paint, and Bob's your uncle. But take care of yourself, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.